Well, hello, Facebook family. How are you today? This is Ernie Singleton, President and CEO of Singleton Entertainment Corp. We asked you guys last week to send us your questions, and I was completely blown away because I got an overwhelming response. I'd like to say thank you to the Facebook family. It really was pretty amazing, the number of questions and inquiries we received, and we'll do our best to respond to you and give you some feedback. Hopefully we'll give you answers that are meaningful and that will be useful to you in what you're doing with your music. The first question comes from Gabrielle, is it Stachmidt, S-T-A-H-L-S-C-H-M-I-D-T? I probably messed your name up, Gabrielle, but let's call you Gabrielle for now so that we won't ruin your last name. Gabrielle's question is, how do I secure mechanical rights outside of the United States? First of all, Gabrielle is a teenager. She's a writer, performer. Gabrielle, you're seeking mechanical rights to a song. Great song, by the way. A song that was done by the Scorpions in the 80s called Send Me an Angel. Cool, good song. So you're seeking mechanical rights to that from the Harry Fox agency. Gabrielle's concern is she has connected with a young lady who has won Australia's Got Talent, obviously in Australia. So this female vocalist who won Australia's Got Talent, name is Grace Baldwin. Grace wants to do a collaboration with Gabrielle, and Gabrielle's concern is, since she's got this song and she's about to get the licensing, the mechanical licenses from Harry Fox for the United States, and Harry Fox only licensed for the United States, not overseas. The young lady Grace, who wants to do the song with you, Gabrielle, I understand, wants to release this record as an EP in Australia. So let me respond first by saying, make sure you get the Harry Fox rights for the US. Securing mechanical rights outside of the United States, in this case in Australia, you will need to first get the approval of the publisher. Who owns that song, this Scorpion song? Whoever owns it originally, if it's EMI, if it's Sony, whoever owns the song, you must get their approval, not only for the United States, but also to release that song in Australia. So it's rather tricky, and because it is so tricky, my recommendation to you would be, probably the smartest thing to do would be to get yourself an entertainment attorney. Don't go this alone. Don't try to do this without making sure that all the I's are dotted and the T's are crossed. Get an entertainment attorney, Gabrielle. Good luck on what you're doing, and I hope you have a tremendous amount of success. By the way, I think it's pretty cool that the young lady who won Australia's Got Talent has connected with you. By the way, you can find Gabrielle, I understand, on YouTube. Gabrielle, thanks for your question. I'm going to go to question number 2. Question number 2 comes from Carolyn Nichols. Carolyn Nichols. I'm messing up everyone's name today. Carolyn's question is, what's the best way to place material by up-and-coming songwriters, considering most major record companies and labels will not accept unsolicited material? Now, there's a 2 parts to this question. The second part is it better to pitch the artist label A&R person, or is it better to pitch the artist management with material? Now, to answer your question, let me just say, first of all, you're absolutely right in terms of wondering what's the best way to pitch material, because record companies are not interested in unsolicited material. It's very important to connect with someone that has relationships. Even if it's the A&R person or if it's the artist manager, relationships come into play here as being very significant. I would tell you, it's most people would think it's to go to the A&R person. I would say no. The A&R person can be helpful to you, but I think you are better off if you can make a connection with the artist manager. A&R people have an entire roster to be concerned with. Most A&Rs, if they're concerned about, let's say it's the Scorpions, or let's say it's Lady Gaga, or let's say it's Keisha Cole, or let's say it's Young Jeezy, the A&R person is focused on Young Jeezy. They're focused on the Scorpions when they're in that recording space with the label's roster. So if you bring in an A&R guy music or pitching a song for someone that they maybe not even looking for material on, they're usually not able to respond to you with any real expediency. Not to mention, their creative head is in that artist they're working with. Not to mention also A&R people have to deal with deadlines. Will the record be completed in time? There are budget issues they're dealing with. So they usually can't expediently respond to you and your request, let alone if it's unsolicited. It's even more of an issue. If you go to the artist manager, on the other hand, the artist manager strictly deals with that artist. And maybe not, but the artist manager certainly will prioritize and have more sensitivity because they're looking for music for that artist, and they'll listen a lot quicker, and they don't have nearly as much on their plate. Well, some artist managers would argue this. They don't have nearly as much on their plate as the A&R guy does in most cases. That's not 100% true though, in most cases. So relationships is important. The artist manager, I think, would be your best shot, and give the label's A&R guy an opportunity to really fine-tune that record that he's working on. Question number 3 comes from Todd McGuire. Todd says, what advice do you have for someone like me who is still on the grind as an independent filmmaker offering his services to the music industry via music videos, EPKs, and documentaries? Todd, let me say first and foremost, Todd says he feels that there's a changing of the guard coming from the music video directors, and he's trying to be a part of that. My recommendation to you, Todd, would be, this is strictly my recommendation, build a niche market for independent artists and independent producers. Major record companies will embrace you, but only if you have some credentials or if you've done something that's really impressive. Independent artists will be your best way to really get into the door. But I say use the independent artists for another reason. To build a niche, YouTube is wide open now. Everyone is putting stuff on YouTube. And so many people are just doing stuff at home. They're not sophisticated. They don't know how to really make it really pop and don't have all the pizzazz that a lot of filmmakers have. So as a video guy, as a filmmaker, you can probably bring a lot of value to independent artists. Certainly you need to be budget conscious. They don't have a lot of money. But if your creativity is good, you will make a name for yourself. And maybe a very significant name. I know quite a few filmmakers who started doing videos and now they're doing feature film. Look at artists like Gucci Mane. Gucci Mane makes a record, and every song on his album, he's making a video to it. They're making videos now even if they're doing mixtapes, and I'm referring to hip-hop artists. But in any genre of music, independent artists are in dire need of the creative skills and talent that comes from filmmakers. So my recommendation would be go the independent route, make sure your prices are affordable, and go for it. Todd, thank you for your question.